Hello everyone! 2025 is going to be a crazy year for crypto based on multiple economic factors, so I'm going to tell you my ideal best 10x potential crypto portfolio. None of these coins are going to be high-risk BS garbage, so everything here will be a quality project. Heads up, this is not financial advice, this is my personal opinion. Okay, our portfolio is going to have 11 must-have coins and 4 optional coins for a total of potentially 15 coins in your portfolio. And of course, our first coin is going to be Bitcoin. Guys, you already know about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency ever. It's the biggest cryptocurrency ever. This is obviously a must-have in your portfolio. I mean, whatever Bitcoin does, Ethereum does. Whatever Ethereum does, all altcoins do. So everything follows Bitcoin. Guys, you have to have Bitcoin. A portfolio without Bitcoin is just actually crazy. If we take a look at Bitcoin's chart, you can see we are pretty cleanly filling out this triangle as Bitcoin ranges up and down. So most likely we're at this bottom of the range. We're probably going to see something like this, and then this breakout to the upside. And that's when this next leg out is going to begin, and Bitcoin will probably head to around 83K. This will, of course, bring a bunch of other coins with it, meaning Ethereum will pump, a bunch of altcoins will pump, and crazy stuff will happen. So that's why it's so important that we get positioned now. We know what's going to be happening next. We know there's going to be this next leg up soon. So right now, when Bitcoin's at the bottom of this range, is when we want to have this sense of urgency. Right now is when we want to say, okay, Bitcoin's at the bottom of this range. This next move is probably up, so we need to have everything positioned and ready now. Another main reason to have Bitcoin is not just because it's the largest and most important coin, but also because it is actually the least volatile, least risky of any other coin. In fact, one potential reason to have Bitcoin is it gives you kind of an emotional support. There will be days where you see your portfolio down a lot, okay? You will see your portfolio down a lot. But if you have a good percentage of Bitcoin, Bitcoin doesn't fall as much as other coins. So you'll be able to tolerate, you'll be able to stomach some of the dips. It's just a very good, low risk, high reward coin. That's basically it for Bitcoin. Next up on our list, we have, let me show it. We have Ethereum. Ethereum is the second biggest coin. Most of you have still probably heard of this one, but soon we're going to get into coins that some of you have not heard. Ethereum is not just a peer-to-peer commodity where you just send money to each other. Ethereum is a smart contract application platform. What does that mean? That means it's a kind of internet. You can build games on Ethereum. You can build financial applications on Ethereum. You can build other kinds of applications on Ethereum. Guys, if you're not sure what Ethereum is, you have to learn about Ethereum. One thing I forgot to mention, by the way, was Bitcoin's potential. I put it at around a 2 to 3x from where it is now. That means, for example, if you were to put all of your money into Bitcoin, you would double it to triple it in the next year. Ethereum's potential, I put to about 4 to 5x, which means, of course, if you put all of your money into Ethereum, you would 4 to 5x your entire portfolio. In my opinion, Bitcoin and Ethereum should make up at about 50% of your portfolio. And of course, these aren't any crazy coins. These are just these big, solid, must-have coins that aren't going to get you crazy 100x returns, but they're going to help stabilize your portfolio. You just need low-risk coins sometimes. Okay, let's get into the next coin. The next coin is Solana. Solana is a similar coin to Ethereum in that it is a smart contract application platform. However, there's a few key differences that are making Solana seem like a really good pick for the 2025 bull run. One of the first things you'll notice when looking at its chart is that it's showing really strong price action. In fact, it's been going almost straight up since the start of the bull market. It is very cleanly making higher highs, higher lows, up until very recently, but it's still showing tremendous strength. Just from its chart alone, you can almost determine that, yes, this is going to be a really strong coin, and this is a must-have in your portfolio. Additionally, we can compare it to Ethereum on chain spec. Let's take a look at Ethereum's abilities. Ethereum can handle about 13.5 transactions per second, but when we take a look at Solana, you'll notice that Solana can handle, actually, right now it's handling 665 transactions per second. This is much faster than Ethereum. A lot of complaints about Ethereum have been that Ethereum's kind of a slow network. Yes, it's the biggest, but it's kind of slow. Solana is many times faster than Ethereum, which of course gives it some value. Additionally, Solana used to suffer from pretty frequent outages, but in 2024, they have basically solved this problem. They have not had any outage really since February, when they had a single outage that lasted almost 5 hours. One outage so far this year is not bad at all, really. I mean, outages happen all the time, even to centralized things, so this is much better than it used to be. Additionally, there are some people that claim Solana is not actually decentralized, so we can take a look at its Nakamoto coefficient to see how many nodes would have to collaborate to actually control the network. And Solana's Nakamoto coefficient is 19. 19 is really good. Solana is definitely decentralized. Additionally, Solana is rolling out the new Fire Dancer upgrade, which is a second Solana validator client, which even adds more to the decentralization. We can take a look at SolScan's analytics, and we can see that Solana is definitely having tons of activity. It has become the meme coin hub of the entire crypto space. You definitely want to be a part of this growing network because it is much more to go. That'll conclude our third coin, which is Salana. Before we move on to our fourth coin, I put Solana's potential in the 5 to 7x range. Okay, our next coin is going to be Internet Computer Protocol, more commonly referred to as ICP. Now we're probably in the universe of coins that you may have never heard of. ICP is also a layer 1, similar to Ethereum and Solana, but with a big difference, actually. In fact, the main reason that ICP is different from everything else is that ICP is fully on-chain. This is how I like to describe ICP. There's plenty of people now that are saying, man, I should have bought Bitcoin 15 years ago. And there's plenty of people saying, man, I should have bought Ethereum 10 years ago. So the question is, what is that coin now? What are we going to be saying in 10 years that we should have bought now? And in my opinion, that coin may be ICP. And here's why. Ethereum, Solana, and other chains use something called IPFS to store data. Think of it as a kind of a zip file, but for blockchains. However, some of these nodes that store these zip files, for example, can trace back to centralized services such as AWS or Google Cloud. So theoretically, Ethereum could be too centralized if many of the nodes that store files on IPFS trace back to centralized services like that. The reason these kinds of blockchains have to use IPFS file storage is because storing data on chain can be really expensive. However, ICP found a way to store data using something called canisters. This could be a whole video on its own, so it's too complicated to get it into the engineering of it, but just know that now projects can build fully on-chain without risk of centralization from IPFS nodes tracing back to places like AWS or Google Cloud. ICP is kind of flying under the radar right now because it had a really bad launch. In fact, this is its actual graph. It almost looks like a total flat line, but I would not discount ICP. It's important to look beyond just the crypto trading aspect of it. Look into the actual technology, and you'll see that there's something very real here. It's entirely possible, as you can even see that in recent times, it's starting to pick back up a little bit. It looks like it flatlined, but notice how there's some activity again. And it's entirely possible that the graph continues just to move like this and chop up and just keep soaring, because this is potentially revolutionary tech in the crypto space. Despite its somewhat bad launch, ICP's market cap rank is 28. It's already not a BS dead project. Its fully diluted valuation is $4.5 billion, actually. So this is definitely a very big project. And it is of my opinion that it is a lot more room to grow, especially when you consider that Bitcoin is over 1.3 trillion. Something like $4.5 billion for potentially revolutionary tech is not that much. So heading back to our doc, I place this potential in 10 to 20x, but it's totally possible that if it catches a stronger wave and more people notice it, it can do much better. I also do want to just clarify, because I don't think I said it earlier, that yes, this can run smart contracts and applications just like Ethereum and Solana can, but fully on chain. Yeah, ICP is something that I definitely would not fade. That concludes the fourth coin on our list. The fifth coin in our portfolio portfolio is going to be a coin called Caspa. Caspa is a layer 1 like the others. However, it is not able to run smart contracts, making it the most similar to Bitcoin. In fact, Caspa aims to be a better version of Bitcoin. One popular argument against Bitcoin is that it's way too slow. Bitcoin can only, at very maximum, process about 7 transactions per second worldwide. 7, that's not so many. Right now, it's processing 3 worldwide. So people say that Bitcoin is too slow and it can't really work as a currency, at least on mainnet. Obviously, Bitcoin Lightning is different. So Caspa, another proof of work coin, came up with something called a ghost DAG protocol. They say, unlike traditional blockchains, Ghost DAG does not orphan blocks created in parallel and rather allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. What does that mean? That means it is improved on a traditional blockchain and has allowed it to move much faster. This generalization of Nakamoto consensus allows for secure operation while maintaining very high block rates. According to a Medium article, Caspa is currently processing 300 transactions per second. This is 100 times Bitcoin's current 3 transactions per second. If we take a look at Caspa's chart, you can see that there's clear interest for Caspa. I don't know if I've ever seen more clear higher highs, higher lows than looking at this chart. I mean, this is going nearly straight up. We're yet to see a big dip like this where it goes down before then resuming. That's how strong Caspa's doing. There is one more thing you really want to see when talking about a layer 1 blockchain like Bitcoin that can't run smart contracts. You want your proof of work coin to have a market cap over FDV of exactly 1.0 or as close to it as possible. If we take a look at Caspa's, you can see right here that it actually does have a 1.0. Another way you can check this is going to our Discord page, typing /supply, and then typing your coin, and it'll give you a rating out of 100. And in fact, Caspa scores a 100 out of 100. This means Caspa's tokenomics are also actually perfect. Caspa's great tokenomics is just one of many reasons that's contributing to its fantastic success. So I place Caspa's potential at around 5 to 8x right now, just because I don't see it really overtaking Bitcoin. I see it being a good alternative sometimes. And it can't really run smart contracts, but it's clearly very, very popular, and it might even outperform what I believe it'll do. That concludes coin number 5. The 6th coin on our list is going to be a coin called Chainlink. Chainlink is unlike any of the previous coins we've talked about so far. All of the previous coins we've talked about so far have been layer 1 blockchains. That means they're just blockchains with their own independent coins. However, Chainlink is the first kind of application, and Chainlink falls into a category called Oracle. So the question is, what is Chainlink and what is an Oracle? Basically, Chainlink provides real-world data to blockchains like Ethereum. Let's say there's an application on Ethereum that says, when gold's price reaches X, do Y, or the next time it rains, do Y, or when the temperature outside reaches X, do Y. The question is, how does Ethereum know the temperature outside? How does it know when it rains? How does it know who wins the Super Bowl? Well, basically, Chainlink provides all sorts of data to Ethereum that enables running of different blockchains. That's what oracles are. Chainlink is a key player in Ethereum's functionality. Without Chainlink, tons of Ethereum applications would not work. Additionally, Chainlink is trying to solve a second big problem, which is blockchain interoperability. Imagine blockchains are islands. Imagine there's one blockchain on one island, and on the other side of the world, it's a different island/blockchain. They can't talk to each other. I can't send my Ethereum tokens to my Solana network. What Chainlink aims to do is connect blockchains. Chainlink aims to essentially give satellite phones to everyone on islands so that they could actually communicate and connect all of the tokens on each blockchain. This is called the Chainlink CCIP, or Cross-Chain Interoperability Protocol. This could potentially be really good for Chainlink in the upcoming bull market, which is why it may be such a good idea to pick some up just because it's such important tech. However, the truth is it's not all sunshine and rainbows for Chainlink. We can see that there are some tokenomics problems. If we come over to the Discord and type /supply link or Chainlink, we'll see that it gets a 61 out of 100. Chainlink has poor tokenomics. This indicates Chainlink has to fight a lot of selling pressure, and this is typically considered a red flag. Additionally, Chainlink's price action has not been the best. It had a really good pumping about 2x, which is not even that much, but then it's kind of lost a lot of its gains. Chainlink is obviously very critical tech, but the problem is, of course, if people don't care or invest in this technology, it won't do well. However, it is likely that people eventually catch on to the usefulness of this coin and want to gain exposure to it. You can look at this as a positive opportunity to pick up some Chainlink tokens at a low price. That basically concludes the Chainlink analysis, and I give Chainlink's potential at about a 5 to 8x from here. It is totally possible that if more people catch on and its price action starts looking better, that it can do a lot better than just a 5 to 8x, but it just hasn't caught this huge hype wave yet, at least, and so I'm only going to give it a 5 to 8x. The seventh coin on our list, guys, this is going to be a big one, is going to be Near Protocol, often called just Near. This is probably a coin that you have not heard of, yet it's about time you should. Near is the first AI coin that we're discussing. Guys, Near Protocol is the NVIDIA of crypto, and you probably know how huge this is, considering that NVIDIA is the biggest company in the world with a market cap of over $3 trillion just a little bit ago. To put it into perspective, Near's fully diluted valuation is $6 billion, which pales in comparison to NVIDIA's $3 trillion. Additionally, Near has really healthy tokenomics with a 0.94 market cap over FDV. In other words, we can go back to the Discord. And by the way, guys, you can join the Discord. I highly suggest you do. Link is in the description. You can type /supply Near, and we can see that Near supplies 94 out of 100. Guys, this is excellent. This is a picture of Ilya, the founder of Near, next to the CEO of NVIDIA at the GTC conference. Let's read about a post from Near. AI is going to fundamentally change the way we interact with computing and coordinate with each other. Near has become one of the dominant consumer blockchains for mainstream applications with millions of transactions per day. Now, we are building the next stage of Near's roadmap, enabling Near to become the home for user-owned AI. Near's mission is to build user-owned AI. Imagine, unlike OpenAI, where you have to pay monthly rent to use ChatGPT, imagine if you could have your own AI that lives in your computer. It can learn your name, you don't have to pay rent because you actually own it. It can help you with tasks, and even if you have no internet connection or you're offline, you can still use your AI because it's part of your computer. Something like this would be huge, and it's so fantastic that a company like Near Protocol is using decentralization and cryptocurrency to help build such a thing. If we take a look at Near's price, you can see that it has been booming lately. In fact, it has already done an 800% gain since the start of the bull market. There's a lot of hype around this coin, and there is a lot more to go. It has since come down because this explosive price action is obviously unsustainable for very long. It has since come down to correct and has given you guys another buying entry. In fact, by the way, this blue line, just so you know, this blue line here is the VWAP. It's a sign of, it's basically a buy signal whenever a price touches it, and that's exactly where Near's price is. This is definitely a huge coin, and it's different from the others. I would definitely not fade a crypto project that's using DPIN, which is another crypto category that we're going to talk about later, to actually train AI models and especially strive for user-owned AI. Guys, this is huge. So I have given Near a potential of 10 to 20x, and obviously it could go much more than that if it really catches crazy waves. Just so you know, a 20x puts its valuation at around 120 billion, which still pales in comparison to NVIDIA. So I think a 10 to 20x for something like Near Protocol is not that crazy at all. Okay, that concludes Near Protocol. Coin number 8 is going to be Render. Render falls into the category of DPIN, which stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. DPIN essentially allows the sharing of computer resources. For example, let's say I have extra storage on my computer. I can lend it out. For example, I can store some information for someone else, and I would get paid in cryptocurrency. Same thing with GPUs. Let's say I'm not using my GPU, or I'm going to leave for a week, and I want to just lend it to let other people use my GPU in a safe, secure manner while I'm gone. I can just list it for rent, and people can remotely use my GPU's power to run whatever applications they need, whether it's running a game or helping train an AI model. Render is an excellent DPIN project that allows the lending of a computer's GPU resources. So get this, let's say we have Near Protocol, which needs a bunch of power to train its AI models. It can come to Render, which has a ton of people sharing their GPU's resources, and train AI models using other people's power. It's essentially a giant collaboration to make an AI where everyone benefits. People sharing their GPU get paid in Render tokens, and Near Protocol now has extra resources to train their AI. There is much, much more to the DPIN rabbit hole, which I don't have time to cover, but just know that Render is an excellent one of these projects. If we take a look at its price action, we can see that it has done almost a 1,000% return in just the last few months. Obviously, since then, it has come down to correct, just like Near Protocol has, but it's quite clear this is a very popular and explosive coin that is going to have a powerful leg up when it moves again. Things are just getting started. Things are just heating up in the crypto space, so we're getting the chance to buy really good quality projects for really low prices after this retracement. Additionally, Render has just migrated to being hosted on the Salana network, which is huge because now there's Solana ecosystem exposure. As we talked about earlier, there's a lot of focus on the Solana ecosystem, and now Render being part of that gives Render even more strength. Because of this, I give Render 10 to 20x potential as well. And that concludes our 8th coin, Render. The next coin is going to be a coin that I've talked about a lot. The next coin is Pepe. Pepe is the first meme coin on our list, which means it doesn't do anything. Many people, you might be one of them, are super against meme coins and refuse to put any money in them. Meme coins are supposed to be this fun meme project where it's, the Pepe frog or Dogecoin or some funny, goofy thing that people can just throw their money into and be part of a community that supports this coin. Now, the truth is, while it doesn't do anything, meme coins are a really, really hot, popular narrative in crypto and can make you lots and lots of returns as long as you do it right. In fact, last bull run, if you were there, you remember one of the best gainers was a meme coin called Dogecoin, which got its market cap up to 90 billion. Pepe is a new meme coin that's been gaining tons of attention and maybe the next Dogecoin of the 2025 run. If we take a look at Pepe's fully diluted valuation, we can see that it's 4.3 billion. So if it gets to 90 billion like Dogecoin did, that would be like a 20x. If we take a look at Pepe's chart, we can see very clear higher highs, higher lows. Look at this, a very clear higher high, higher low. Higher high, and we're at a higher low now. This is a really good sign for the strength of Pepe, and there's lots of attention and hype around it. In fact, its price action has been so explosive that it's on a 1,300%, 1,300% return in just a few months since March. Additionally, if we come over here and type /supply Pepe, we can see that its score for tokenomics is a 100 out of 100. This is ideal. Guys, getting a coin with such good tokenomics is really, really rare in crypto. Obviously, this list has featured a lot of coins with, 90 plus out of 100s, but that's just because I'm picking out the best coins for you. Just know that something like this is really, really rare and such an excellent sign. Additionally, when discussing a meme coin, it's really nice to look at its decentralization. And as we can see, Pepe is actually really, really decentralized. The top 100 holders only hold 73% of all the Pepe. The top 500 holders only own 83% of Pepe. And the top holders, which hold 22%, 26%, 4%. There are exchanges. They're not even individuals. They're exchanges where people buy and sell crypto. So Pepe is super, super decentralized, super hyped up, and is looking super explosive. It's definitely on pace to be the Dogecoin of the 2025 bull run. This may be the best performing coin of 2025. That's why I have given it 10 to 20x potential, possibly even more. If it were me, I would go out of my way to get some Pepe in my portfolio. The next coin on our list is going to be a coin called Brett. Brett is another meme coin. However, Brett has exposure to the Base ecosystem narrative. Base is a layer 2 blockchain started by Coinbase, the most popular crypto exchange in the United States, and Brett is the most popular meme coin on Base right now. The Base ecosystem is a popular narrative. Many coins on Base are doing really, really well, and it's expected that it's going to do really well in 2025. Brett is the most popular meme coin on Base, and if Base really, really takes off like everyone expects it will, its most popular meme coin is also likely to do really, really well. Brett's fully diluted valuation is 1.1 billion, quite small, and if we expect it to get to 90 billion like Dogecoin did last run, that would give Brett 50x to 80x potential. If we take a look at Brett's price chart, we can see that because it's such a new project, there's not a whole lot going on here. It's kind of hard to evaluate. We can see a higher high and a higher low. So it only makes sense that this next leg up is going to be a higher high. So that's what we're hoping to see. Now, I will be clear, Brett is a meme coin. You can't do anything with Brett. And it's also a new coin, which means that there's not a lot of price history or anything to go off of. However, newer coins, the shiny new thing, always tends to do better in crypto than old projects that have been around for a while. If we come over to the AI trading assistant, we can type /supply and get an idea of its supply economics. And Brett also has a 100 out of 100. Guys, I really want you to understand how rare this is in crypto. Even Bitcoin doesn't have this. If we type /supply Bitcoin, Bitcoin's is also excellent. Bitcoin has a 94 out of 100, and we know its exact emission schedule. So, I mean, this is excellent, but 100 out of 100 is so good. And Brett is very popular. It's part of a very important narrative. It's got definitely hype surrounding it. It's got a big community on Twitter and everywhere else, and it's got really healthy tokenomics. We can also take a look at its decentralization, and we can see top 100 holders only hold 56% of all the Brett. If we take a look at top 500 holders, top 500 holders only hold 71% of all the Brett. This is super decentralized, and the potential of this coin is actually ridiculous. It's actually nuts. Plus, all of the accounts that hold the majority of the Brett, they're mostly exchanges, which obviously makes sense. The biggest difference between Pepe and Brett is that they're on different blockchains. Pepe is an Ethereum meme coin. Brett is a Base ecosystem meme coin. Owning the top most popular meme coin from each blockchain ecosystem can be so huge, because if a blockchain does great or a narrative does really great, the top meme coin will do great as well. Again, though, Brett is a meme coin. There's not much more to say about it other than all of the other metrics are looking really good for Brett. Our final must-have coin for the must-have list is going to be, you guessed it, Aerodrome Finance, or Aero. Aero is a DeFi coin. Basically, this is a decentralized financial application, again, on the Base ecosystem. Just to reiterate, Base is forecasted to do really well, so we want to gain exposure to Base ecosystem tokens. This is a coin you definitely want to hold. If you're not familiar with what a DEX is and what DeFi is, that is too complicated for this video. Just know that this has to do with financial applications in the Web3 space. Check this out. This is the price history of Aero. It had a huge pump. It has since come down to cool off, and it's getting ready for its next leg up. But I want you to know how much it pumped when it first came out. This is a gain of 2,400%, 2,400% return, in a sense, come down, and it's actually lost a lot of these gains, but it looks like we're about to get a reversal and pump up again to the upside. Just to give you an idea of how much liquidity is going through Arrow, I wanted to show you that its TVL is 650 million. Its fees generated annualized is 76 million. If we compare it to the biggest DEX on Solana, we can see Jupiter, the total value locked on Jupiter is only, it's 600 million, less than Arrow. The fees annualized on Jupiter is 38 million. Now, while there is a greater 24-hour volume, the actual amount of liquidity locked on Jupiter is much less than that of Arrow. But look, check this out. The fully diluted valuation of Arrow is 950 million, but the fully diluted valuation of Jupiter is almost 10 billion. 10 billion, which means Jupiter is 10 times the size of Arrow, yet Arrow, or Aerodrome, has more total value locked. Arrow, in my opinion, is definitely an undervalued coin right now, and I expect its next leg up to be drastic. I am definitely holding a lot of Arrow, and according to my potential prediction, I'm expecting something like a 50x return on my Arrow. However, Arrow does have kind of a big problem. In fact, if we come over here and type /supply Arrow, we can see that its rating is a 47 out of 100. Arrow does have quite poor tokenomics and is going to have to fight quite a bit of selling pressure. However, to make up for this, I was using Arrow's fully diluted valuation, which takes into account its tokenomic problem. Arrow's actual market cap is only 450 million. So, despite its tokenomics problems, I definitely do think that there's a lot of room to grow for Arrow. That does conclude our must-have coins for your 2025 portfolio. So, because I know some people will be clicking off now because they don't care about the amazing optional coins coming up right now, I highly suggest joining the Discord, link in the description, so you can get access to our AI trading assistant. Through our AI trading assistant, you can type /supply and get a rating of any coin. You can also do /info and look up any coin and then get a bunch of information about it. I guess not Arrow because they didn't add a bunch to it, but even let's say something like XLM, which has a ton of stuff added to it. The founders added all this to CoinGecko. You can see that there's tons of information. You can actually learn about what coin you're buying, what influencers are shilling you, stuff like that. If you have specific questions, you can also type /ask and then ask your actual question. What is XLM? And I'm not going to type it just because it opens up a different thread, but you can actually communicate with the AI trading assistant itself. There's a ChatGPT integration, and we gave it crypto capabilities. Definitely join that. Link is in the description. It can also do a lot more things like give you market updates, valuation, and stuff like that. Additionally, if you have not yet, make sure to subscribe and like and turn on notifications so that next time I go live to analyze stuff, you can join and we can discuss your meme coins that you suggest in the comments. Anyway, let's move on to our optional coins. The first coin on our optional list is going to be a coin called ASI, which stands for Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. This, like Near Protocol, is an AI coin. In fact, they share many similarities, so I'm not going to repeat exactly what I said for Near, but just know that there's some overlapping content. ASI's main thing is that they're going to have something called AI agents. On their docs, they say agents are flexible problem solvers capable of not just completing tasks, but also tackling difficult issues across several domains. Agents have the adaptability to handle different activities inside the decentralized economy, whether it's improving supply chain logistics, maintaining solid record-keeping systems, executing computational tasks, or enabling buying and selling interactions. They're essentially, you know how there's ChatGPT 4 integrations, you can download other kinds of ChatGPTs? Imagine if there is a decentralized crypto version. That's what these AI agents are, things you can download and then you can have them do tasks for you. Imagine if I could tell my AI agent, hey, email this person when this happens, or hey, let me know when Bitcoin hits this price, or hey, can you do this for me when this happens? That's kind of what ASI is trying to do. On their official website, they say, our joint vision has always been to roll out beneficial artificial general intelligence and then superintelligence in an open, democratic, and decentralized manner. The ASI token merger brings us closer to that goal and strengthens our ability to challenge big tech's bid for control over AI. So ASI actually wants wants to compete with big tech AI and bring it to the common person trained on deep in projects like Render and others. Additionally, something that I wanted to state is that this is actually a combination of three of the biggest AI coins in the crypto space. Fetch AI, Ocean Protocol, and Singularity Net, three crypto giants, all merged into this one AI coin called ASI, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, to create a decentralized AI and AI agents for people like you and me. I am a big fan of this coin. I think ASI and their mission and their marketing is absolutely fantastic. And obviously, if I'm investing and I'm putting my money into something, I want to see something fantastic, something great marketing, something that can attract other people, obviously. And obviously, they're working towards something amazing. However, I did have to put this in optional instead of must-have because I found something a little bit suspicious. When you go to the AI trading assistant and you type /supply fetch or ASI, it'll give you a rating of 96 out of 100 and say that it's excellent. In fact, if you go to CoinGecko and you take a look at its market cap over FDV, it is 0.96, which is really, really good. However, if you take a look at its breakdown by holders, you'll see that a lot of it, almost 50% of it, is owned by 3 individual wallets, not exchanges. And if we copy the address and put it into ORCA and trace back to who it belongs to, it traces back to, give it a second, Fetch AI, their Fetch AI wallets. Okay, that's a little bit suspicious. What if we take perhaps the second contract, the second independent wallet, and trace who that goes back to? Also Fetch AI. Just a little suspicious. So in my opinion, they want control over many of the circulating Fetch AI tokens, but they don't want to lock it up because that'll make its actual tokenomic stats look suspicious. So they're kind of loopholing, circumventing this kind of system in order to make it look better, when in reality, the foundations does still have a lot of tokens and can apply a lot of selling pressure. This is something that I found a couple weeks ago, and I have not heard anyone mention at all yet. So because of that little weirdness, because of that little, lack of transparency, so to speak, because obviously if I'm putting my money in something, I want there to be full transparency. Because of that little weird thing, I'm hesitant to put it into a must-have, and I'm going to have to place it in the optional category. I do still think it is a great coin. And because it has a much smaller market cap than Near does, it has higher potential. So I have given it potential of 20 to 40x. So that wraps up ASI. Let's move on to the next one. For the next coin, actually, I'm going to do both of these coins at once because they're quite similar. So the next 2 coins that we're going to look at are 2 meme coins. The first is called Mog Coin or Mog, and the second is called Dog Whiff Hat, which everyone calls Whiff. Now, Mog and Whiff are both meme coins, meaning that they don't do anything, but they're both important meme coins, and we're going to cover why these can potentially be so good. And obviously, I'm sure you see some of these potential returns, and you're going, whoa, this is nuts, and I'll explain why these potentially have so much gain. If we take a look at the top base ecosystem coins, we can see, other than USDC, obviously, the second biggest being Brett, right? This is the first meme coin. The second biggest is actually Mog, and I don't know why Aerodrome's supposed to be on here, but it's not, and I don't know why it's not, and someone's got to tell CoinMarketCap. But if we take a look at Mog, we can see Mog's market cap is only 600 million. That is tiny, especially considering that Mog has exposure to base ecosystem, so it's probably going to do really, really well. And the fact that it could potentially get to 90 billion and it's only at 600 million, that puts Mog's potential at 100 to 150x if it does as well as Dogecoin did in 2021. Additionally, Mog has not only exposure to the base ecosystem narrative, but also to the cat meme coin narrative, which I know is kind of a weak connection, but there are times when all the cat meme coins just pump at the same time. So there is some reality to it, okay? Additionally, if we take a look at Mog's decentralization, we can see that Mog is really, really decentralized, with the top 100 holders only owning 65% of it all the Mog, and the top 500 holders owning 90%. So this is a great meme coin. Let's take a look at its supply. Another reason that Mog is potentially so good, if we take a look at its supply, we can see that Mog also has a 100 out of 100. Again, guys, this is not that common. You're probably wondering, Why is this an optional coin instead of a must-have? Well, that's because that there is a current bigger meme coin, Brett, on the base ecosystem, and because MOG is so new, it's entirely possible that it ends up just dying and going to zero and never doing anything. I have to, because it is a small coin and it's a high-risk new coin, I do have to put it in the optional category, although I personally have a lot of MOG. So I'll just put it that way. Dog with Hat is the biggest meme coin on Solana. So Pepe is the Ethereum meme coin, Brett and MOG are the base meme coins, and Dog with Hat is the Solana meme coin. If we take a look at Dog with Hat's tokenomics rating, we can see that WIF also gets a 100 out of 100. However, Dog with Hat is 4 times the size of something like MOG, and it's 2 billion fully diluted valuation, which means that it has less potential return. We can see, guys, this looks a little bit different because this is the Solana Explorer, that WIF is also definitely very decentralized, with all the top holders being exchanges. So WIF, if you're really bullish on the Solana ecosystem, Dog with Hat is another great meme coin you could be holding. I gave WIF's potential at 20 to 30x. Now, guys, it is time for our very last coin of the video. Let's do it. For the very last coin that should be in your portfolio, number 15, we have ORCA. ORCA is another DeFi project. It's similar to Aerodrome, except ORCA is built on Solana, not Base like Aerodrome is. ORCA is a small coin. It's ranked 329. Its fully diluted valuation is only 250 million, and its market cap is only 128 million. However, if we take a look at the total value locked, it's 255 million. Literally more money is locked on ORCA than ORCA itself is currently valued at. Now, if we compare that to Jupiter, we can see Jupiter, the biggest on Solana, has about 600 million locked. ORCA does have half of that. However, Jupiter is valued at 10 billion fully diluted, but ORCA is valued at 250 million. If ORCA was valued equivalently, because if it was valued at half of what Jupiter was for half of the total value locked, ORCA should be valued at 5 billion, a 20x from what it currently is. So while ORCA has less value locked than Jupiter, 50%, it's valued at much, much lower than Jupiter is. I expect some kind of catch-up period where it's going to start gaining a lot of momentum. And in addition to that, it's also going to catch away from the Solana ecosystem and the bull market. So if it were fairly valued right now, I would give it a 20x. And after the next leg up, that could be potentially a lot more. That's why I give ORCA a 50 to 100x. If we take a look at its price action, it's actually had a recent big pump of about 1,000% return before coming down to correct. And just the other day, which I was getting ready to film this video and pick up more ORCA, and then it just pumped 80% in a single day. And it's quite unfortunate because, I was going to release this video and then you guys would have bought ORCA on your own volition, of course. Then you guys would have had 80% gain in a single day. But I'm a few days late, unfortunately. So by comparing ORCA to its competitors, it's handling a lot of liquidity, but its valuation is much lower than I think it's worth. That is why it is the final coin on our 2025 portfolio, and it is number 15. The reason this is an optional coin is, of course, because this is a small coin. Market cap 329 is a little coin, and there's a chance of going to zero, of course. Just because I want to give you the highest quality stuff and reduce risk as much as possible, I hesitate to put it into the must-have list. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I put a lot of effort into researching for this video and obviously recording it and showing you guys stuff. So please give me a subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if I missed any coin or if you found a really, really good coin and stuff like that. Thank you so much for watching.